economy by Nice. Welcoming you to Economic Trend on Rock City 101.9 FM. My name is Ololade Sanyaolu, and if you're just listening to the program for the first time, well, Economic Trend is a program where we get to tell you stories trending in the business and economic world. Talking about um, business and economic stories trending in Nigeria. This is where you get the updates. Fruit sellers in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, are now sourcing for oranges from the neighboring Benin Republic. The importation, according to some of the fruit sellers, is blamed on the non-availability of orange in the state. A big basket of the commodity sells for 3,000 naira, while the small basket sells for 2,000 naira. A top official of the Fruit Sellers Association, who made this known to Rock City FM, says the farm produce is brought into the country from Cotonou in Benin Republic to border town of Ilara in the Yewa North local government area of the state. She explains the reasons for the disturbing. She promises that local oranges will be available in markets between October and November, while tangerine will be available in September. Nigeria's quest to expand its proven crude oil reserves with exploration of the deposits in the Lake Chad Basin has suffered a major setback. Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has announced the suspension of its crude oil exploration activities in the Lake Chad Basin in the northeast region. The decision followed ambush of its personnel, including consultants from the University of Maiduguri, by Boko Haram fighters, which left some of them and soldiers escorting them dead. Reports say that more than 40 NNPC officials and consultants from the University of Maiduguri, as well as soldiers escorting them, died in the deadly ambush. Petroleum Resources Minister of State Ibe Kachiku, addressing newsmen in Abuja, says search for oil in the Axis will be put on hold until the military gives adequate security clearance for NNPC personnel and officials. NNPC, according to the minister, resumed oil exploration in the basin to increase Nigeria's proven oil reserve of over 37 billion barrels after assurance of security by the military following the degradation of Boko Haram forces in the Axis. The oil exploration is taking place around Munguna, Ngubio, Nuguberi, Kuka, Adam, and Bubai in Borno State to boost the oil reserves in the country. Meanwhile, Nigeria has agreed to reduce its OPEC quota of 2.2 million barrels of crude oil daily. The voluntary cut will limit Nigeria's oil production level to a sustainable level of 1.8 million barrels daily. The decision was announced at a joint meeting of OPEC and non-OPEC Ministerial Monitoring Committee in St. Petersburg in Russia. The meeting, which exempts Nigeria from OPEC cutting production level, listened to presentation by Nigeria on its oil production recovery plan and challenges facing it, including militant attack on a major oil pipeline on Monday that cut its production level by 150,000 barrels daily. The meeting appreciated the flexibility of Nigeria for voluntarily agreeing to OPEC's production adjustment if its production level is sustained at 1.8 million barrels daily. The number of internet users in Nigeria's telecommunications networks has increased to 91.6 million in June. The Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) made this known in its monthly internet subscribers data for June 2017 posted on its website. According to the data released, internet users increased to 91,598,757 in June, as against 91,565,010 users recorded in May 2017, showing an increase of 33,747. The data also showed that the GSM service providers 33,774 internet customers after recording 91,598,757 in June against 91,565,010 users in May 2017. The data revealed that MTN had 31,691,070 subscribers browsing the internet on its network in the month of June. The data also showed that Globacom had 27,184,002 customers browsing the internet on its network in June. Airtel had 20,174,089 internet users in June, adding 261,428 customers to its main record of 19,912,661. In a Etisalat, the data showed 12,549,596 customers who browsed the internet in June. The Senate has called for an urgent review of the formula for sharing revenue for the Federation account by the three tiers of government. The Senate, which passed the resolution following a motion by Adamu Alero, asked the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission to review the current sharing favor to increase the takeoff of the state and local government. Alero told the colleagues that the lifespan of the revenue sharing formula, which should be 5 years, had been in operation before 1999. The senator says the current formula, which gives more than 50% of its revenue to the federal government, is unconstitutional and insensitive to economic realities. They asked the presidency to table the new revenue sharing proposal to be produced by RMAFC before the National Assembly for deliberation and passage into law. And meanwhile, federal, state, and local governments have shared revenue totaling 652.2 billion naira from the Federation account as their statutory allocation for the month of June. The shared revenue is made up of statutory distributable revenue of 570.5 billion naira and value-added tax of 81.6 billion naira. Accountant General of the Federation, Alhaji Idris Ahmed, made this known in a communique issued at the end of the monthly meeting of the Federation Account Allocation Committee in Abuja. Federal government, according to him, receives 286.6 billion naira, 36 state governments 178.6 billion naira, 774 local governments 134.9 billion naira. Also, the oil-producing states are allocated 29.8 billion naira as 13% derivation. The presidency has promised to send the 2018 appropriation bill to the National Assembly in the first weeks of October. Budget and National Planning Minister Senator Udo Udoma made this known in Abuja at a public dialogue on the 2018 to 2020 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper with top government officials, members of civil service organizations, and the organized private sector. The minister explained that the planned early presentation of the budget bill is in line with provisions of the Fiscal Responsibility Act and to facilitate the early deliberation and passage of the bill by the National Assembly. The ongoing 2017 budget was presented by President Muhammadu Buhari before the National Assembly in December 2016. House of Representatives has asked the presidency to rehabilitate a major road in the Ogun waterside in Ogun State. The road, which links J4 with Ibiade and Iwokwe Pulp and Paper Mill in the area, is now in a deplorable condition. The House, adopting a motion raised by Adeshegun Adekoya, directs the Federal Emergency Road Management Agency (FEMA) to begin the immediate rehabilitation of the road in the interim. The Power, Works and Infrastructure Ministry is also asked to include the proper reconstruction of the road in its 2018 budget. In his motion, Adekoya explains that the road was constructed in 1977 to link the paper mill, Illusion Rubber Limited, Michelin Rubber Estate, and Lumiro Palm Oil Company, which also leads to Gateway Industrial and Petrogas Institute at the Olokola Free Trade Zone in the area. The House directs its FEMA, Works and Legislative Compliance Committee to ensure the implementation of the decision and reports back to it. Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at UAC of Nigeria PLC, Mr. Larry Ephraim Etta, is to retire from the company on January 1, 2018. The board of UACN, in a statement, says that Etta will proceed on his pre-retirement leave from the date. The board announced the appointment of Abdul Akol Bello to succeed Etta as Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer upon his retirement. Etta expresses gratitude to the board management and shareholders of the company for the privilege and opportunity to have led UACN in the last 11 years. Abdul, according to Etta, is an ideal and logical successor given his background in USCN and track record of achievement at various levels in the organization. He has been a strategic partner since 2010 when he was appointed to the board as Chief Financial Officer. The board chairman, Mr. Dan Agbo, says that UAC of Nigeria PLC, under the capable leadership of ETA, has seen a decade of strong performance, growth, and significant transformation. UACN, according to him, will become a 100 billion naira top-line organization by the end of this year. Born on the 8th of November 1960, Abdul joined Grand Cereals Limited (GCL), a subsidiary of UAC of Nigeria PLC, on 23rd October 1989 as chief accountant. Prior to joining UACN, he started as management trainee in Inlax PLC in August 1985. Alright, those are the economic and business stories, of course, trending in our dear country, Nigeria. Join us again on Monday for another episode. Till then, do have a lovely weekend. My name is Ololade Sanyaolu. Bye for now.